Hey basketball people! Today things are hot for the Lakers, and I'm going to tell you the turnaround that happened at the moment. You know how it is, in the NBA it's not enough to just have stars, you need that support, from people with the aim of giving up their personal shine for the good of the team. And that's exactly what happened to Anthony Davis. Hold your emotions. Take the opportunity to leave your like, and activate the bell to be notified whenever there is news from your team. Lakers news: Rich Paul believes LeBron James will play another 2 to 3 NBA seasons. As Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James nears the end of his 21st NBA season, questions arise once again about how long he will continue playing. After the Lakers lost in the Western Conference Finals last year, James pondered the same question, contemplating retirement for the first time in his career. Ultimately, he decided to return to the Lakers for another year and continue to play at an All-NBA level, even breaking his career record for three-pointers. Add to that LeBron's known desire to play with his son Bronny, who may enter the NBA this year, and it's reasonable to think that the 2023-24 season won't be James' last. However, how many more seasons the 39-year-old player will play remains a question, and his agent and close friend Rich Paul of Clutch Sports addressed this in an interview on SiriusXM NBA radio before Monday's Game 5 against the Denver Nuggets. "Yeah, you know, I believe so," said Paul when asked if LeBron will play next season. "Look, I think we definitely have fewer years with LJ than we've already enjoyed. But I think there's a world where, you know, the guy dedicates more than half of his life to the game of basketball. I think he's treated it with the utmost respect and has been someone who's given back to the game. I think we've put pressure on him differently than we've put on other people and the expectations since he was 18 years old. Obviously, I was there. There was no development for him, there was no patience, none of that, and he still managed to position himself and succeed. Obviously, he was the first NBA player to say and put in quotes, 'I'm going to do what I want to do,' and I don't think people necessarily like that because, in sports, we're so used to having the mentality of, oh, you should do what this other person did because that other person was a star, and that other person did it this way, so you should do it that way. But imagine if we did that in science. We wouldn't have many cures and tools to heal and do things differently than we do in life. And so I think there's no harm in allowing someone to be who they are. I get it. And I'm not saying this biasly because, by the way, I'm LeBron's biggest critic, you know? When I have an issue, especially on the basketball court, I go to him, and we talk about it. So I don't take any of my guys I represent lightly because I really know the game. I don't just look at the stats and say how good you were the next morning. I understand if you did something right or wrong, and we develop and work on that in the summer and come back to improve. But I think, to answer your question, yes, I think we see him. I don't know how long we see him play, but my conversation with him is just for fun. Enjoy it because you have a lot fewer years to play than you've already played. So enjoy the ride, man, it's been a beautiful ride. I think Brian Scala Brine, who played against LeBron, probably has 1,000 stories, and I think when all is said and done, there will be a bunch of people with 1,000 stories or what he meant to the game. Some may have hated, some may have loved, but that's just part of being a competitor. But he's had an unbelievable career, and I think we'll see him next year. Now, how many more after that, I don't know. But I think he still has 2 or 3 years left in the tank, maybe. Once the Lakers season ends and James decides to play in 2024-25, the question will be, which team? He has the ability to opt out of his contract with the Lakers if he wants to, and if LA is eliminated in the first round, an option would be to test free agency to see if he can find a better team that gives him a chance to compete for a 5th championship. All indications are that James wants to remain a Laker, and his family, of course, lives in Los Angeles, so it would be a special opportunity for him to leave that behind for 1 or 2 seasons. Regardless, whenever this season ends for the Lakers, James will have many things to sort out regarding his future. LeBron James, Lakers star Anthony Davis has nothing left to prove. The Los Angeles Lakers finally ended their losing streak against the Denver Nuggets, winning Game 4 at home in Los Angeles with heroic efforts from LeBron James and Anthony Davis. The Lakers followed the usual script of this first-round series, maintaining the lead at halftime, but Denver couldn't complete the third quarter thanks to Davis's dominant effort. Where he truly made an impact was on the glass. Davis finished with 23 rebounds, 20 on the defensive end, helping to end many Nuggets possessions that usually resulted in second-chance points during the series. For the first time in this series, the Lakers won the rebounding battle. They won by 46-40, with Davis accounting for exactly half of LA's rebounds. Discussing what allowed the Lakers to finally break their 11-game losing streak, James focused mainly on Davis's rebounding and what it provided for LA during the night. With the series he's having, James believes Davis has nothing left to prove to anyone. I think what AD did on the glass for us tonight, when we got them to miss, they're very good at their offensive rebounding game. And for AD to clean the glass, 20 of them on the defensive end, is crucial for our offense. It's crucial for a lot of things we want to do, and I think AD doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. He's one of the best bigs we have in the game, one of the best bigs in the world. And he's showing that again in the first 4 games. Offensive rebounds and second chance points were a key talking point for the Lakers during the first 3 games, as the Nuggets were getting everything they wanted in that department. Davis had said his focus was on winning Game 4 and certainly showed he wasn't going down without a fight. Replicating the effort in Game 5 on Monday presents a challenge as the series returns to Denver, but if anyone is ready for the task, it's Davis. Anthony Davis wanted to avoid consecutive sweeps. Anthony Davis spoke about what motivated him in Game 4, despite already being down 3-0 and with very few hopes of a comeback. And for Davis and the Lakers, it was about wanting to avoid a second consecutive sweep by the same opponent in consecutive postseasons. LA was able to get the job done, giving themselves a lifeline in the series if they can pull off a win in Denver on Monday night. Darvin Ham details message to Lakers after extending series against Nuggets to Game 5. The Los Angeles Lakers finally managed to break their losing streak against the Denver Nuggets, holding on to win Game 4 and avoid being swept for the second consecutive year. This game followed a similar script to the first 3, with the Lakers jumping to an early double-digit lead. This time, however, they kept things offensive in the third quarter to prevent Denver from making one of their classic comebacks, which coach Darvin Ham considers to have been the difference. "We knew they would make some runs, proud championship team," said Ham after the game. "The most important thing for us was to make it as difficult as possible. They hit some tough shots, we had some unfortunate fouls and turnovers. But we also kept the scoreboard ticking, which is what you need to do. You're not going to shut anyone down completely throughout the whole game, so you just need to be prepared for that onslaught and make sure you're doing what you need to do and matching strength with strength. Force them into tough situations, if it doesn't work out, move on to the next play and try to get back at them." Later, Ham would expand on what the Lakers did differently in Game 4 and his message for his team in Game 5, now that they have been able to extend the series back to Denver. "As I said before the game, we've had great stretches against this team. We've played for good segments, but we've never put together a complete game, whether it's a full quarter or a 7 to 8 minute stretch where we just let the ball drop," said Ham. "But tonight, we just stuck with it, our competitiveness never wavered, our togetherness never wavered, and, as I just told them, the selflessness. We found a group that made a good run and it was time for certain guys to get into the game, and those guys coming into the game said no, let them wreak havoc. So that togetherness there, that growth, everything we talked about yesterday about being one. Beautiful day to be alive, to stay alive. That was the message, Friday, and the message, Saturday. Just win one game. And we need to refocus again, recalibrate and have the same mindset going into Denver." Darvin Ham talked to D'Angelo Russell before Lakers Game 4 victory. Another key reason why the Lakers finally defeated the Nuggets was D'Angelo Russell's strong performance. He was scoreless in Game 3 but bounced back in Game 4 with an efficient 21 points, hitting big shots specifically in the third quarter. Ham appreciated Russell's effort, with whom he spoke before the game to ensure he was aggressive. "I loved it. I told him to go crazy, be confident. You've been doing this your whole life. Go crazy and be aggressive." He looked at me, and his nickname for me is Big Dog. He said, "I got you, Big Dog. Got you." Shook my hand, gave me a hug, and did what he did tonight. "I'm really proud of that kid," said Ham. "Everything we've been through as a team, on and off the court, injuries, everything, we deserve this tonight and we just need to keep reining it in and really keep pressing and really understand that this could be our time, why not us? So just move on to the next game, stay focused, don't look too far ahead, don't worry about what's behind us. Every new game is a new opportunity to be more competitive, more united, and more selfless."